Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I was trying to work on some Indonesian opal, but it was all just incredibly bland and incredibly boring. None of it worked out, and it wasn't even educational to see it not work out. It just didn't work out. So instead, we're going to go back to a bit of a comfort zone of mine, and that is some Coober Pedy stuff. This is from that gift parcel that Jullian dropped off. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just put a little link up here. You can see what he dropped off a little while ago. Very grateful to him. And this looks like a pretty nice gemmy piece of Coober Pedy. Now you can see here, there's this big sand bit that, looking at it like this, you don't know how deep that's going, but I'll flash up a picture. I put a torchlight behind this and just illuminated through there. It's a really good trick if anyone else wants to try it with anything they're worried about having sand shot through it. Just hold a light behind it, turn off all your other lights, have a look. This one didn't seem to get too bad. It had a little bit of a shadow there, but the rest of it seemed pretty clear. I would have shown another shot from this side, but it was basically the same. So hopefully that doesn't get in too deep. It's pretty hard because this is a really thick piece. It's quite a thick piece, so that could actually be a little bit deceptive if the light just wouldn't make it through properly, but it seemed to make it through the rest of the piece pretty well. And you can see it's a nice multicolour. Green, red, blue. So there's not a lot missing in that. It's got this crust on the top. I really can't decide which way is going to be a top and a bottom yet. I think this will just be a full colour piece, so double-sided, nice and thick. It's quite a chunky boy. If we chuck it under the calipers, so we're looking at 9mm or 0.3 of an inch thick. That's a really thick chunk of Coober Pedy. So I don't think we're going to have too much worry about getting a double-sided stone. There's only a slight crust on both sides. This side's probably got the worst crust, so I might take that back first. If that doesn't show signs of clearing up pretty quick, we'll make this the top. If we quickly just chuck it on some scales here, you'll see that that is 19.5 carats. So we'll see how much of that we can keep. I'm estimating that we're going to lose at least 50% of that, just because of how rough it is. It is a very rough piece, and that sand in the side, if that goes in any deeper than I'm thinking already, then we're going to have a problem on our hands and we'll lose a lot more than 50%. But we'll see how it goes. I haven't decided on a shape. We'll keep it pretty natural as per usual, unless it really says that it needs to be a teardrop or something along here, in which case I'll grab some stencils out and we'll stencil it on. So that's it. Let's get straight into it. I'll go pretty coarse to start with, but you know the drill. You'll see the pretty similar pattern through all my pieces. So I'll annotate it all and you can keep following along. So let's do it.
Yeah. No.
Alright, we're cruising along. Doesn't look too bad. It's got an interesting little pattern on it. It's a little bit subdued for my liking, but that will clear up a fair bit as we get through the novas. It's got every colour. It's nice. This side had a deep sand inclusion over here, so you can see there it's got quite a chunk taken out of it. But underneath that, once it cleared up, bit of colour. Overall, not too bad. Yeah, have a look at that. Pretty good. So now we're going to go at it with the Nova tips. There's not a lot of issues in this one. The shape is really, I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. But for now we will just keep it as is and just get polishing it up. See if the smoothness of it will increase its vibrancy a little bit. I mean, it will a little, but I don't think it'll get that much better than what it is now, as you can see it through the water. But you never know, I could be wrong. We are going to go a little bit deeper into the colour using the black and brown Novas, and then it's polishing from there. So let's get into it and see how it goes. Well, there we go, another one finished. It's pretty nice. It's got a lot of colour. It's got every colour under the sun. There's even a spot with purple in it every now and then. So I'm quite happy with it. It's a very unusual shape. It's still not growing on me, but I wanted to see how much of the weight we could keep. It was 19.5 carats when we started out. So we'll give it a weigh up in a second. I'll just show you the back. There's that huge divot. Whenever you do uneven surfaces like this with huge divots and this area in here, that gets really tough to polish with the Novas, so it takes a lot longer than you'd expect. So this has been quite a project, but I'm glad it's done. I had a lot more fun doing this than I was with the Indonesian Opal. That Indonesian wood opal just was not working out for me at all. It was just not good. But there you go, there's another one done. I feel like I haven't shown it to its full potential. Let's have a closer look. There's the back, ignore all the fingerprints because I'm just touching the face of it. I reckon I might try to use some sort of precious metal clay to set something like this because it's such an unusual shape. Don't know, I must be able to make a double-sided pendant because this is still quite a big piece. Let's give it a quick weigh. 8.5. So we lost just about as much as I expected in that initial part of the video. I'm quite happy with that. That sand that I was worried about, we did cut in a lot deeper here and over here than I wanted to. So that's, yeah, my estimate was pretty good. You get pretty good at guessing how much you're going to lose looking at a piece of rough over time, but I'm glad it's worked out quite well. There's plenty of colour here. There are a couple potch lines just here, you can see them. Don't know how to get them to show up all that well, so they are fairly faint. You can see there's this line and another line there through that foily colour. The two little potch lines, there you go. It almost looks like two little train tracks just going across there. So you don't see them that well, unless the colour is just not playing, but they are there. They're the only two imperfections that I noticed that I couldn't get rid of. But that's life. It's not a perfect gem, but it's still absolutely beautiful. I'm quite happy with it. And now would be a good time to just remind everyone that this will be the last chance to get into the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'll post a link up here. If you're seeing this video fresh, you've got, I don't know, 2 days or so before I announce the winner. The winner will be in the next video, which will be in 2 or 3 days. So jump in if you haven't already. Otherwise, I'll see you then, where I will be announcing the winner. Bit of a drum roll. And yeah, I can't wait to see who wins it. It'll be exciting. There were like 400 comments on that according to YouTube, so I've got no idea who's going to get it. I'll just let the engine decide, and yeah, good luck to all of you, and congratulations to the winner ahead of time. I'm sure we will be speaking very soon, so see you guys.